trade is one of the oldest foundations of human civilization. Long before nations, currencies, or global markets existed, humans were already trading. The history of the trade system is deeply connected to survival, cooperation, innovation, and the growth of societies. From simple barter exchanges to today's complex global economy, trade has shaped the world we live in. In the earliest prehistoric communities, humans lived in small groups and relied on hunting, gathering, and basic tools. At this stage, there was no money and no formal economy. Trade existed in its most basic form, known as the barter system. People exchanged goods and services directly. For example, a hunter might trade animal meat for tools made by another group, or skins for food grains. This early trade was based on trust, mutual need, and survival rather than profit. As humans began settling near rivers and fertile lands, agriculture developed. This marked a major turning point in trade history. Farming allowed people to produce surplus food, meaning they had more than they needed to survive. Surplus production created the need for exchange. Villages began trading crops, pottery, livestock, and tools with neighboring communities. Over time, specialization emerged. Some people became farmers, others craftsmen, traders, or builders. Trade helped societies grow beyond self-sufficiency. Around 3000 BCE, some of the world's earliest civilizations, such as Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, and ancient China, developed organized trade systems. These civilizations built roads, canals, and ports to support trade. Mesopotamians traded grain and textiles for metals and stones. Egyptians traded gold, papyrus, and grain along the Nile and with distant regions. Trade routes connected regions and spread not only goods but also ideas, technologies, languages, and cultures. As trade expanded, the limitations of barter became clear. Barter required a double coincidence of wants, meaning both parties had to want what the other offered. To solve this problem, early forms of money were introduced. Precious metals such as gold, silver, and copper became common mediums of exchange because they were durable, divisible, and valuable. Later, standardized coins were minted by governments, especially in ancient Lydia, Greece, and Rome. Money transformed trade by making transactions easier and more efficient. During the classical era, trade networks became increasingly complex. The Silk Road connected East Asia with the Middle East and Europe. This vast network of land and sea routes allowed the exchange of silk, spices, tea, precious stones, and luxury goods. Traders traveled thousands of miles, facing deserts, mountains, and political challenges. Trade during this period encouraged cultural exchange, religious spread, and technological advancement, including paper, gunpowder, and navigation techniques. In the Middle Ages, trade continued to evolve despite political instability in some regions. Merchant guilds formed to protect traders' interests and regulate markets. Cities like Venice, Genoa, Baghdad, and Constantinople became major trade hubs. Islamic civilizations played a key role in global trade, connecting Africa, Europe, and Asia through advanced banking systems, contracts, and credit instruments. Trade was no longer just about goods, it involved finance, law, and diplomacy. The age of exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries changed global trade forever. European explorers searched for new trade routes to Asia, driven by the demand for spices, silk, and gold. This led to the discovery of new lands and the creation of global maritime trade networks. Unfortunately, this period also saw colonization, exploitation, and the transatlantic slave trade. While global trade expanded rapidly, it came at a significant human cost.